Welcome to Lime Rock, here for the round of Connecticut, and this is going to be a pretty interesting race. This is the first time the ARCSOA Elite Series will take on a standing start. Yes, the ARCSOA Elite Series will be starting from a dead stop, get a countdown with lights up to a green flag, kind of like how Formula Alpha does sometimes. Coming also into this race, we've noticed a few things. Jake Baskinger has been removed from the 41 car this week for Alan Cavagnaro, who wanted to be in a competitive car for his home race. He got one with the Ferrari Brigade, but we're expecting for a round of British Columbia next week, all the way up to the end of the season, that Tuomas Saarinen, who will be announced, our understanding, will be announced as the driver of car 28 next year for Ferrari, will be in the 41, I think, the rest of the way. Alan Cavagnaro has replaced Kyle Collins at the 62 car because, well, I think Panasonic thinks they have a better car than what Collins has been doing with it. Besides that, Lime Rock should be fun. Let's go down to the grid for the first standing start of the ARCSOA Elite Series. And the lights are on here at Lime Rock. And as they get ready, Jake Baskinger is our pole sitter. Green flag is out here at Lime Rock. Here we go. The green lights are on, and away we go. It looks like Baskinger got off to a pretty bad start. Somebody in the back and one of the Discover Ohios is rocketing away. And we got a wreck already. Silver Fox and Baskinger are around and out of the race. The rest of the field rockets their way there. Oh, it looks like somebody's off into the grass. One of the Cathnex cars. And one of the DNCs. It looks like Finn guys got the lead. Tough break there. It looks like we're seeing a couple of cars. That's Galligan out of it. They might be bringing that one back, though. Here's what happened to Sean Galligan. He was getting to the inside, and the two-car wrecked him pretty much. And yes, they are calling it back, so we're going to get another start at this. Backup cars will be allowed. So the drivers wait for the green light to turn on at the end of the straightaway. And we're off here at Lime Rock. Once again, we're going to try and see if they can make it very far. This time, Baskinger got a better start, but it looks like Galligan from third got the best start of them all, and Silver Fox gets forced off the road, but keeps it, I think, somewhat on. Much better start this time, as it looks like Galligan, who is comfortable with these standing starts, is going to get the lead. Here, he's done this before in Europe. Great start by Sean Galligan as they rocket up the hill. Everybody seems to have survived this time, and green flag is out as here they go through the chicane complex of the course. Sean Galligan leads over Jake Baskinger, Finn Guy third, Alex Allen fourth as they rocket down the hill into the final turn. That's lap 1 completed, so Sean Galligan will lead after the standing start here at Lime Rock. Great job by Galligan. Blasts off into the distance. Jake Baskinger second and Finn Guy's in third. As you can see, this is a longer race, 49 laps. So a little bit of an endurance race out of here, but luckily the track is small enough that you can get a quick race out of it. Here's the replay of the start again. Baskinger takes off, but Galligan got a rocket ship of a start there. As we go further back, it looked like somebody on the inside line didn't. That looked like Myatt bogged down on the start. Silver Fox got forced off the road and lost a few spots. However, Baskinger did a nice job on the outside there for turn 1, as it looks like Galligan kind of forced him down there. But yes, here they go around a couple of these bends. Looking back a little bit further, we didn't see a whole lot of stuff happen there on the start like we did on the first one. We'll go back and look at it again. Here we are a little bit further back. That's Jessica Shelton got off to a rocket ship of a start back there. That was back in P. Duncan got a good start too. That was P22, but Duncan would actually get a bit squirrely there and actually lose a spot out of that. But Duncan and especially Jessica Shelton got the best start of the race here with the first ever standing start, and that's going to show kind of what maybe that's something for the future, because I know next week at the streets of British Columbia on Vancouver Island, we're going to be seeing another standing start. We're not too sure about Hudson Island. We're trying to get approval for that, but right now, we're so far so good. Another thing we didn't talk about as we're looking at Jake Baskinger and Sean Galligan really pulling away here is that we don't have the China Dragons here. For some reason, the China Dragons did not show up this weekend. Something about maybe them not perfecting their launch control system. But the China Dragons have not had a whole lot of luck here. But there's Sean Galligan blasting away there as Baskinger's really kind of like an anchor right now as Galligan is gone. Pretty much, if Sean Galligan can keep that car going at this rate, Galligan's going to win this. Sean Angel's going up the inside of Joshua Michaels, but that chicane's going to really slow him down, and that's going to put Saarinen alongside of him. Washer will be back next week, but we're expecting Saarinen to go into the 41. We're not sure, however, what's going to happen there, as Saarinen is holding the outside line, as it looks like Sanford's now all over the back of his teammate Angel. Sanford was close to winning the round of Michigan. However, we're looking here as Sanford, I don't think he'll be winning here, but we're trying to see where he'll make a move here, and right here is definitely not the place to be making that move. This is a long race, however, one of the longest of the season outside of the American 700. 49 laps of Lime Rock is going to be quite some distance. But, wow, that was a very slow exit off the corner, and I think somebody's alongside of Sanford. Yes, that is Randy Carpenter. Carpenter has to back off, though, as they go through that fast right-hander, as it looks like Shelton's going to maybe dive to the inside of Carpenter here. Carpenter did not get a very good jump off the line, and I think lost a grand total of 8 spots at the start. A guy who had a pathetic qualifying run was James Shelley. James Shelley had a very, very bad qualifying run and a bad start. He started, I think, in 18th place and is down to 22nd, as some of these slower cars like the William Duncan car and DJ Curtis cars had better launch control systems than I think the Catnecks of Shelley, did. But you can't say that's a Catnecks problem because Sean Galligan got a blistering start and is taking off into the distance. Battle for third heating up between Alex Allen and Jeffrey Finguy. This is going to be important, but Finguy slams the door on Allen. That's going to actually make him lose a lot of time. It looks like maybe Durbin will start closing in a bit here. These, I wouldn't count either of these two Durbin sports out, as we're kind of in the crunch time for points this season. And if I were one of these two guys, I'd think that they have a serious chance of winning this. Here's the race winner last year here. Kenny Myatt didn't have the best qualifying run. There was a little bit of rain in qualifying that caught Myatt and some of these other guys out, especially James Shelley got the main downpour of it. But we didn't really mention it in qualifying, but there was a little bit of rain out there. And Myatt and Shelley went out at the same time and kind of got screwed over by it. But as they go down the straightaway here into turn number 1 once again. And we're just seeing what Myatt can do here with these cars in front. This track isn't the easiest to pass at, so we're expecting, oh boy, there goes Fabrosis off the road. This could be a make-a move on Myatt. And Myatt and Fabrosis are alongside each other. And Myatt has to concede the position to Fabrosis because of the apex of the corner. So tough break for him. Ian Dutta also started pretty high up the order, yet did not get off the line very well. And Cavagnaro in the 41 car really didn't get a good run off the line either. So Alan Cavagnaro, in his only run for Ferrari at this stage at his home race in Connecticut, really hasn't done a whole lot. But like I said, this is a longer race, and you can play a bit of a strategy game with it. Our first main casualty of the race was Randy Carpenter breaking down on the racetrack. Other than that first lap schmozzle, so Randy Carpenter would have some serious problems and fall out of the race. That's a tough break for Randy Carpenter, as his car would break down right there on turn 2. I want you to keep in mind, now that Sean Galligan's on lap 13, I want you to keep in mind something here. Galligan is in a backup car. Remember, his car got totaled on the start. And if I were Sean Galligan, I'd be thanking my lucky stars, because it seems like his backup car is better than his primary was. Second place is Jake Baskinger in the 62 car. Got that 62 car way up the grid, punching well above its weight. And I'm really impressed with what I've seen out of Baskinger. And as we look a little bit further back, there's Finguy, Allen, Durbin, and then we've got the two Discover Ohios. So you're right now looking, the final point spot's going to be fought between the two CBMs of Silver Fox and Llamas. Will Lewis crests the hill here, and boom goes his engine. And out of the race he would go as he slides down pit road. Slides in his own oil, trying to keep that thing under control, but falls out of the race. Tough break for Will Lewis, and out he goes. Same issue for Marian Charrot. Charrot would blow up right here. Out of the race goes the German. Female German driver. Tough break for the Oricom Industries car. Maybe Vincent Allen might have some issues as well. Randy Carpenter would actually rejoin the race, albeit a few laps down. So, hoping for a little bit more of a attrition-filled race than what they've been seeing. The 24 car, or 29 car rather, in 34th position. However, right now has not been what their good luck, and James Shelley hasn't either had a very good race either, and he's reporting a possible mechanical malfunction on the 14. Chris Louviere would blow a tire coming out of the final hill and would have to bring it down pit road. Tough break for Louviere, but tire going down is not a good thing for that team. One of the few drivers that doesn't have a point score this year is Chris Louviere. James Shelley's trying to set up William Duncan here for 20th position, which isn't really the most important position on the track. Whoa, Randy Carpenter and Chris Louviere, they're both Carpenter's a few laps behind Louviere, but Shelley and Duncan are on the same lead lap, as they're both trying to set each other up. However, this track this year hasn't been very easy to maneuver, and whoa! Shelley went wide there, and Louviere, the lapped car, is trying to pass him. And that's not what James Shelley wanted. James Shelley, it looks like, has had a very difficult time coming to grips with this track, and, well, that's kind of been a problem for him. Jake Baskinger would lead the crew onto pit road to pit as Sean Galligan stayed out but is being stuck behind the 07 of Matt DeLeo. DeLeo is going to, well, not play very nice, so Galligan's lead will most definitely be cut into, unless if Galligan gets by DeLeo, which doesn't look like the case right now, as DeLeo is all over the track. What? Oh, Galligan! You don't want to really piss off Captain Aggression. Captain Aggression will dump you if he has to. And right there, it looks like they're both pitting. I think his crew was telling Galligan to calm down there, as it looks like Baskinger will lead the group out of the pits this time by. As we're looking on pit road, oh, if I'm Sean Galligan, I'd be really worried about that pit road. However, not exactly sure. As here comes the cars off of pit road. Oh, so one of the Discover Ohios had a lot of problems there. That's Fabrosis. Fabrosis might have a problem on pit road. Yes, we're hearing Charlie Fabrosis has a mechanical problem with that car. Tough break for him. We'll have to see if he rejoins this race. We're going to see if that DeLeo car also screwed up there, as we're going to look back to, that would be the 62 car. This is going to be a lot closer than what it was. There's Galligan, and there goes Baskinger into the lead. So Jake Baskinger, oh man, this is a closer race than we originally had thought. Baskinger's going to take the lead, however, we know Galligan's quicker than him. We will see, however, if Baskinger and the Toyota can take the lead here. Both Cathnex Engineering and Panasonic Toyota have never scored wins before. And with Baskinger leading, I would be very concerned. But Fabrosis has a major problem on pit road, as we've still not seen him out of the pits yet. So Charlie Fabrosis' bad luck lately is going to continue at this rate. But Jake Baskinger on pit cycle, bad call by the Cathnex crew to bring him in, to bring Galligan in when they did. But we'll see if Baskinger can deal with DeLeo. I'm not exactly sure, but Cathnex also had a pretty bad pit stop, so we will see. One of the big gainers on this stop was Alan Cavagnaro in the Ferrari. Now, if I were Ferrari, I'd be very, very, embarrassed about how well Jake Baskinger is running in a vastly underpowered car compared to yours, when neither of your drivers can actually catch him in the lead. If I were Ferrari, I'd be very embarrassed with this, because it's proving that Baskinger might be right, and it's proving how talented of a person that they fired, because pretty much we're hearing that Ferrari fired Baskinger. How bad Ferrari really was, or how Baskinger may have been right, and they may have chased away their best driver. Who knows? But we'll see what Chris Washer can do when he gets back. But when we go to the streets of British Columbia. Speaking of Jake Baskinger, he is trying to make a move here on DeLeo, but DeLeo, oh my goodness. DeLeo's, we've learned, isn't a bad blocker. Looks like Cavagnaro is going to try the outside here. Actually, he's going to pull alongside here. We'll see what DeLeo does. Baskinger, oh man, is getting quite annoyed with him, but makes the move work. And away he goes, but there's a tight battle for second place. It's between Galligan, Allen, and Finguy. We'll have to see what happens here as they're coming up to the very, very, very slow Matt DeLeo car. And we will see what Galligan can do. Galligan didn't do a very good job passing him the first time, and I really don't think he's going to want to deal with him again, with Baskinger having pretty much clear sailing with the exception of the other Visalola. And right there, DeLeo and Galligan are not happy with each other, and I don't think that's going to end well. And I think DeLeo is going to cost Galligan second here, unless if, oh man, Galligan now has to hold off second place, being Alex Allen, and oh man, Galligan is not happy with that lap car because he's going to lose third. So Galligan falls from second to fourth in one move because of Matt DeLeo's inability to get the hell off the track. Get out of the way, son. You know better than that. You've been driving with your head up your butt the whole season, and you really need to stop it. I really hope that the ARCSOA officials, who have been extraordinarily inconsistent this year, will see this and finally put a penalty on somebody, because this is ridiculous what he's doing. He's all over the track. This 07 car is, and now we're going to see if it's going to cost Alex Allen, and it very well might here, as there's, oh, contact is up the track. DeLeo went into the grass, and oh, Finguy gets taken out for it, and has got caught hitting the wall there. Myatt's going to get some damage, but that's going to really cost Finguy. There's Ian Dutta, now is going to be the one guy to deal with it, and a lot of damage on the side of Finguy's car. Finguy's got a ton of damage to that car, and if I'm Finguy, I'm really worried about the performance of that car now, because Matt DeLeo's absolute stupidity, and oh man, they look like they were going to try 3 wide there, but we're going to go back up to DeLeo. Some serious left side damage by Matt DeLeo as we're going to go further up the track, and Jake Baskinger is now on a tear of getting away from everybody else, and Jonathan Skavnicki just got lapped as well. Alex Allen's in second. Sean Galligan's back up to third after Finguy's little tay-tarte there with the lapped car of DeLeo. Myatt is in P6, going to have to try and get by DeLeo. And Myatt, we know, doesn't like lapped cars. We might see Myatt here, who was the captain aggression before Sean Galligan. No, he's actually going quite calmly with DeLeo. Down the straightaway up. Well, he kind of forced him wide there. Made a very late commitment to that corner and forces DeLeo way out wide. And puts DeLeo even behind Dutta. And we'll see what Jordan Davis does with him. I'm not exactly sure. I think for Jake Baskinger, this race is personal. He wants to prove to Ferrari, and Alan Cavagnaro, who eventually took over his ride, that he is better than their equipment. And Jake Baskinger's doing that right now. It's showing his definite driving ability because his teammate Dylan Young in the 25 car is way down the order in 23rd position. While your teammate is leading, you don't want to be down there. And, well, Jake Baskinger is right now proving what kind of ability he's got. And maybe, I know there's a DNC ride available. That's the latest thing we're hearing just in the paddock here. He says he's going to announce his ride, but I'm thinking with this run, he's going to get some better offers from some teams, because he is right now proving every ability possible here in this 62 car. Alan Cavagnaro, Noah Hart, the legend, couldn't do anything in a Mario with this thing. And, well, right now we're seeing what a talented driver can do with one of these Panasonic Toyotas, and that is, well, go on to possibly win this race. Vincent Allen had a tire going down. That's going to put him further down the order, and we're seeing that one of the Visalolas also was on pit road, and Chris Louvier, who's making a scheduled pit stop. But DeLeo is got a stop-go penalty, and they are holding him for blocking lead lap cars. So DeLeo is having a serious problem, and we're actually hearing that they might pull that car in because on the stop-go penalty, you're allowed to look at your car. Nope, the stop-go penalty was over. They're letting him back in, but they were talking about possibly pulling the DeLeo car, interestingly enough. And there's another car coming in pit road. I think that'd be Randy Carpenter. Let's see if that is him or Jordan Davis. That is Jordan Davis, so both. Oh, no, that's probably a scheduled pit stop as he's starting to bring some of the lower-tiered guys down pit road. There's Carpenter, and we're going to see if Baskinger pits in the 62 car. This would be Baskinger. He's coming up to some lap traffic. Let's see if they do better than what the Galligan crew did. Nope, he stays out, but onto the grass he goes. Oh, what happened to Galligan? Galligan lost a ton of spots here. He must have went off the track again trying to get by, Myatt's coming down, trying to get by Skavnicki, so Sean Galligan had this race locked up pretty much. Oh, there was a wreck! Ike Durbin's around. So what happened to him? And I think DJ Curtis also might have gone around there as well. No, it was Chris Louvier. We're going to see what he did. Oh, come on! They have that line there to prove, to stay under it. Ike Durbin was in third place at the time. And you're going to pull out of the track like that? Come on, dude. I mean, seriously, what was Ike Durbin supposed to do here? Look at this! Right in front of him! Are you blind, you idiot? Come on. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I really hope the officials call him down pit road, or call him for a penalty for that move, because you're supposed to stay to the right side of that line, and Louvier clearly didn't do that. Jake Baskinger would retake the lead after the pit stop cycle. There's Alex Allen a long way behind him. As Fabros has actually rejoined the race. That was kind of surprising, but Myatt also had a bad pit stop. No, never mind. I think just the order's screwed up, as second place is Alex Allen. Third place, I think, is going to go to Ian Dutta. No, what? Did they not pit? Yeah, I guess they didn't, or they got laughed somehow. Myatt and these guys did. Galligan's in third. Very screwy order. I'm guessing that there was a crash that kind of screwed everybody over. What happened here? We're gonna see. Oh, Baskinger hasn't pitted yet. That's why. Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, why didn't any of these guys pit? Baskinger and Allen didn't pit, so there's two different serious strategies going on here. And we'll see if anybody's really going to catch up here. See, down there you could have also seen that the Visalola there actually did a nice job staying on the racetrack, as there's some close quarters racing with Sean Galligan, the leader, who is actually on a much different strategy now. And Cody Lamas, who is a lap down. This is Galligan's really only chance to fight back here, as he's got to hope that the 67 crew botches, or 62 botches their pit stall, which they did! The 62 botched the stop! And Alex Allen's, I think, the leader. Oh, no. That's gotta suck so bad for Jake Baskinger. He had this locked up, and they screwed up the stop. And, oh, there might be a problem with the 62. Now the 44 is going to play a factor in this. There's Baskinger going. They did screw up the stop. Baskinger has rejoined the race, but a long way down the order. This was Toyota's first chance at a win, but if they keep this up, Toyota's definitely going to be a threat for this. We're going to look to see where the 2 car is. Alex Allen's blasting by. No, not even close, really. It looks like Alex Allen's going to effectively get the lead out of this. We're looking to see where Galligan is. still on pit road. Oh, problems for him, it looks like, on the pit strategy. So it looks like whoever minimizes their pit stop issues is going to win this race. And right now, we're looking here. Oh, actually, I take that back. Galligan's still in the lead. He lapped the 2, I think. We'll have to see where is Galligan in comparison to the 2 car. I think the 2 is going to get the lead here. Yes, the 2 got the lead. Dutta will be second. And he is. And Myatt, I believe, is up to 3rd. And they pulled Galligan's car, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. No, they didn't. I thought Galligan's car got pulled out of the race. He's down in 10th, however. So bad pit stops really affected this race. And, well, that's kind of what we're seeing. It's going to be kind of maybe a redemption day for DNC now, as Alex Allen's got a pretty big lead over his teammate in 2nd place. So here could be that 1-2 finish that they were going for at Indy. So Alex Allen's on his way to win this. Never mind. Ian Dutta's got a problem with this car and had a tire going down, so he had to pit. So now we've got Myatt up to 2nd. And that's going to put Lamas in 3rd, Jordan Davis in 4th. That's probably the one person Myatt doesn't want to see in 3rd is Cody Lamas. And especially if he's catching you. 5th place is Silver Fox. 6th place is Charles Samper, who's really come out of nowhere to get 6th. Shelton came on up to 7th. God, I don't know how she did that. Durbin from that spin would fall from 3rd to 8th. 9th would be Cavagnaro, and 10th would be DJ Curtis Stein, or Alan Carpenter, or Alan, and then Baskinger's in 13th, Duncan 14th, and Shelley 15th. So a lot of these cars that led that got screwed over by pit stops got screwed royally by their pit stop. And now some of these really quick cars are stuck outside of the points and a long way out at that. Here's Ian Dutta coming out of the pits. The DNC guys have been flawless all day, but he's out of the points, it looks like. Oh, bad Cavagnaro flew off the track, and that's going to be a battle for 10th. Curtis is trying to slam the door, but couldn't get it done, and oh, bang! There's Cavagnaro showing that Ferrari power on the outside. In all honesty, you gotta feel bad, though, for Jake Baskinger in the 62, because he had the win locked up. Same with Galligan until pit issues screwed them over. So Jake Baskinger and Sean Galligan probably gonna have to wait again for their first win, as the 2 cars just romping away with it at this stage. Except the... Okay, that's Fabrosis. I thought that was Myatt for a minute. I'm going to be like, whoa, how did Myatt catch up? But this is Fabrosis, who's a lap down, is fighting with Alex Allen. And right now not putting up much of a fight, but we know that Honda is the only car, is one of the fastest cars on the grid. And it looks like Alex Allen is going to try and take this with only a few laps to go, 3 to go. Sean Galligan's view on board as he's way in the back dealing with some of these slower cars. That's Jeffrey Finn guy from that wreck. He got, he fell down a couple of spots on the grid and, well, needs to be passed by Galligan. Galligan is quicker than him, forces him way up high, and will get the spot. So nice job by Sean Galligan. Jake Baskinger is one of these guys, though, that I think, because of his run so far, even though his result won't show it, will get a better ride than what he would have gotten without going to Toyota, because even though the team kind of fooled him, and he has had some bad luck with teams, and he's up to 9th, actually. What? How did he get up to 9th? Where's the 2 car? 2 cars still leading. 9 and 2nd. Who fell out? We're going to go through the order and find out what happened. Charles Samper and Jordan Davis were the 2 cars that we were hearing about, and they didn't have enough gas to make it. Whoa! Davis on cold tires doesn't have a whole lot of grip. Oh boy, there's... Oh, RL Ryusu's just hit the wall, and now that's going to be a big, almost chicane for some of these leaders to miss. But Ryusu would fall out of the race, so tough break for RL Ryusu. He had a very, very difficult race going for him, and after winning 2 races... Whoa, Silver Fox is having a tough time with Bob Jones. little bit of contact there, believe it or not. But, as we're going to see here, final lap for a few drivers. We'll see what happened to them. However, Alex Allen wouldn't be challenged the rest of the race, and through a game of strategy, calling pit strategy, Alex Allen would win this race. A race that consisted of the first ever standing start and quite some crazy pit strategy, but pretty calm, to be honest with you. This race was. Second place would go to Kenny Mike, keeping 2 podiums in a row here after winning last time at Lime Rock, and Cody Lamas third. Fourth place would fall back to James Silverfox, and whoa, Fitzwater. So we're gonna have to take a look to see what happened on the fuel grid, because I think a few cars had to pit. 6 is Durbin. 7's gonna go to Cavagnaro. 8's gonna go to Vincent Allen. 9th, Baskinger. So Baskinger's back up into the points. And 10th place is gonna go to James Shelley, who's had a horrid weekend. But Alex Allen wins this race, his first race of the season. Race win of the season. Let's go down to your full results.